Hi, I'm Phelps, owner of Techneeks, and today we're going to be assembling a complete skateboard. First, what you need to assemble a complete skateboard is you're going to need a Phillips head screwdriver, a skate key. You can use unit tool or silver, any skate key will work. Possibly, depending on the equipment you buy, an Allen wrench, and just something for grinding the grip tape down, like the end of a screwdriver or anything will work. Also, you need the complete skateboard. You need grip tape, hardware. These are just bolts, and there's 4 in each. So you have that, these bolts. You'll need trucks. Risers are optional, but today we're just, for the sake of today, we'll be putting risers in. Bearings, a set of wheels, and a skateboard deck. I'm going to take the skateboard out of the plastic. You can use a razor. I'm just going to be using a razor today. Set it down. You'll probably want, instead of like a hard surface or like a countertop, you probably want like just like a piece of carpet or something so it doesn't scratch the graphic on the bottom of the board. You take your sheet of grip tape. Now there's different designs and stuff you can cut into the grip tape. Some people do it before, some people do it after. Today we're just going to be doing just the full sheet, straight grip, the basic. Make sure it's long enough to cover the board. Take the sheet off the paper. Save the paper aside, we're going to use that later. Don't just toss it out. Sticky side down, obviously. And what I do is I put my thumb on each end, on the tip of the nose and the tip of the tail, and just slowly put pressure down. Kind of roll your hand across it. You don't want bubbles. Bubbles are not good. Once you get this far, you just want to smooth that out a little bit on the edges. Press down so it creates, defines a little line for you where the board is. And just look around for any bubbles and smooth them out. Once you think you've got all the bubbles, just take the paper, and you put the slick side down and just smooth it out a little more. This will get bubbles that you didn't see. You can take your screwdriver head or whatever and you're gonna rub it on the side of the grip till it creates like a white line, making it easier to cut. Take your razor, you just want to poke through from the bottom up. You don't want to saw, you just want to cut straight, because when you saw, you're going to get little pieces hanging off, and you don't want that. You want as straight a cut as you can get. You just want to take the excess grip that you cut from around the board. You see which side is bigger. These sides look a little bit better, so we're just going to fold it here so they stick to each other. Rip the rest off. You can stick it somewhere just in case. You probably won't need it, but just in case. And you take this and sand down the edges, preventing the edges from peeling up when you're skating. There'll be a little bit of dust on it. You can just blow it off. That's fine. You can come off when you skate as well. You want to take one of the pieces of hardware that we're going to use later on and just stick it through the board from the bottom up, poking the holes for the hardware later. And then we're just going to set this aside. It's done being gripped. Set aside and work on the trucks now. Take your trucks, 2 bearings per wheel, 1 on each side, and you can push them in with your thumb. Sometimes they're real hard to get in. These ones aren't too bad, but when they're real hard to get in, you can use a bearing press. And you just put the bearings on, then you have the wheel. Take the bolt off the truck. There should be 2 washers, one on the inside, one on the outside. Leave one on the inside, take one off, put the one on the outside, and then put the bolt back on. You just take your skate key now and tighten them. You don't want to let the skate key drop all the way down over the bolt because it'll break the shield of the bearing. So just make just enough so you get the bolt. And you want to tighten it. You don't want it as tight as you can get it because then you won't move too much. Usually tighten it most of the way and then back one turn. You want the wheel to have a tiny bit of movement and then have it spin freely. I'm just going to go ahead and do that with all the rest of the wheels. Just take the nut and put the nut on the opposite side of the bolt. Take your Phillips head, if you have Phillips head, and just tighten it all the way up. You don't want your trucks to move at all, like from the board and the base of the truck. Again, I know I mentioned the risers earlier, didn't put them on, but if you were to use the risers, they go underneath the trucks and they just serve as like a shock absorber. You're releasing so you don't get stress cracks, and if you're skating down like big stair sets or something, it helps absorb some shock instead of going all to your feet and your knees. But again, I'm at Phelps, and there you have how to set up one complete skateboard.